So I have a kid. I have a 7-year-old kid, and she has autism, and well, it did the autism itself. I don't see it as a bad thing because we live right now at a war zone, and it really served her because she couldn't care less about going to shelters and sirens and stuff. But at the moment, she is 7, she's in first grade, and she doesn't want to go to school. She doesn't want to be with kids. She doesn't want to learn. She doesn't want to hang out. She just want to be home. And I get her. I really, really get her. But she has to live. So what can I do to make her be?
Some of you come into this physical body intending to utilize your physical senses in a way that allows you more control of your emotions. In other words, you are less affected by what you see and hear and smell and taste and touch. It's not a disability. What it is an intention to activate another sense, your awareness of your alignment. It's not losing out. It's actually developing something that serves you even more. Of course, you don't have to have the label of autism in order to do that. But we agree with you, Mother, it's not a disadvantage. But isn't it interesting that sirens and shelters are not upsetting to her, but something at school is? Well, hear this. The siren is a bit like artificial intelligence. It's just blaring with no vibrational, emotional offering. And so it's not upsetting her vibrational apple cart. But someone holding her as their object of attention and seeing lack in her or the need for improvement in her is a vibrational offering that she is taking in. And it is amplifying something that doesn't exist in her very often. It's amplifying an evaluation, a self-evaluation, influenced self-evaluation that is causing her discord or to get out of balance with her own inner being. Wow. We've not had this conversation before, and don't you like knowing it? So what to do about it? We would first show yourself how it works. In other words, when you hold anyone, let's take your child out of this conversation just for a moment. When you hold anyone as your object of attention, what you think and feel about them is part of the vibrational mix. It's like laying down tracks on this subject. And sensitive people, like we're encouraging all of you to be, and like your autistic one really is, can feel that vibrational interference. It's just annoying. It's annoying. She may not be responding to it with hurt feelings, but it is like static in her experience. So, Mom, what you can do is pay attention to how you hold this lovely one as your object of attention. And then for your own benefit, understand that everyone is not doing that. Everyone is not likely to do that, and everyone can't do that. So you make peace with it. You lay down some tracks as you hold her as your object of attention, understanding that she's going to bump up against those who just don't understand. And as you add that soothing into your atmosphere and then into her atmosphere, you can help her to create a buffer. That's what the power of influence is. You've been doing that her whole life, or nearly so. So you know what we're talking about. You just decide not to be bothered by whatever she's bothered about, and it will help her to not be bothered by whatever she's bothered about. And meanwhile, nothing's going wrong.